Hello, welcome to Gus McDowell's Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. Today, we are playing Sonalyst Combat Systems Fleet Command, an operational level naval combat simulator. Please remember to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. And if you want to show your support with a donation, the links are in the description. It is the late 1990s. Post-Soviet Russia has descended into civil war. Martial law has been declared. Ultranationalist leader Vladimir Radchenko has denounced the Russian government, taken control of much of the former Soviet military, and seized the region around Vladivostok, including the naval base and an ICBM base. Radchenko's rebellion has spread from the Caucasus to Europe, the Middle East, and the Far East. The Red Storm campaign covers a series of fictional naval clashes between America and Russian rebel forces in Atlantic and European waters in the alternate 1990s world of Fleet Command. The conflict then spills over to the Middle East in Red Sirocco and to the Far East in Red Typhoon. In this episode, help an SSBN start her ballistic missile deterrence patrol. Following the unprovoked attack on the USS Ronald Reagan carrier battle group in the Norwegian Sea, the US has publicly warned both the Russian government and Radchenko that all Russian vessels and aircraft operating in the vicinity of US vessels and aircraft will be regarded as hostile and may be fired on without warning. Analysts suspect that Radchenko will continue to target assets that symbolize American naval power, and try to create an incident to use as justification to drag his country into war with the US. Reports suggest the next target could be America's ballistic missile deterrence. The USS Wyoming, SSBN 742, under the command of Captain John Christmas, has departed the submarine base at Kings Bay, Georgia, and is headed for deep water. Once the Wyoming reaches the 300 fathom curve, 1800 feet, she is able to run silent and deep and commence her ballistic missile deterrence patrol. In recent weeks, Russian submarines have been detected in the waters off the east coast of the United States and may be in waiting to oppose the Wyoming's transit. P-3 aircraft from the Naval Air Station at Jacksonville, Florida have been assigned to patrol the area around the Wyoming. Additionally, the newly commissioned USS Connecticut, SSN-22, the second sub in the Seawolf class, may be available for area clearance operations. Engage any detected Russian submarines and destroy them before they can attack the Wyoming. This is the area of operations, the east coast of America. It is 0800 hours and the skies are clear. Naval Air Station Jacksonville, home to Patrol and Reconnaissance Wing 11, including a squadron of 4 P-3 Orion Maritime Patrol aircraft, capable of anti-submarine warfare and anti-surface warfare missions. Due to an issue with the fuel lines, the aircraft have experienced a delayed takeoff. Already out to sea is the USS Wyoming, SSBN 742. Operated by the United States as an Ohio-class nuclear ballistic missile submarine, she is 518 feet long with a beam of 44 feet, maximum speed of 24 knots, and maximum depth of 1,473 feet. For context, this is about the same size and twice the displacement of a Typhoon-class guided missile cruiser. Sensors include medium-frequency active sonar, active intercept, low-frequency passive sonar, surface ESM, visual, and ship surface radar short range. She carries 12 Mark 48 advanced capability torpedoes. Not modelled in the game are the 24 Trident II D5 submarine launched ballistic missiles. Fired from vertical launch tubes visible rear of the sail. Wyoming is on her first post-commissioning patrol out of Naval Submarine Base, Kings Bay. Ahead of the Wyoming, conducting area clearance, is the newly commissioned USS Connecticut, SSN-22, the second sub in the Seawolf class. Operated by the United States as a Seawolf-class nuclear attack submarine, she is 332 feet long with a beam of 59 feet, maximum speed of 35 knots, and maximum depth of 1,473 feet. Sensors include medium frequency active sonar, active intercept, low frequency passive sonar, surface ESM, visual and ship surface radar short range. She carries 20 Mark 48 ADCAP torpedoes, 16 Tomahawk land attack missiles and 16 Tomahawk anti-shipping missiles. Wyoming is headed to the 300 fathom curve at 1800 feet. The sea depth is indicated in the bottom left of the map. Let's mark the 300 fathom curve along the Wyoming's path. About here. And let's name it. Wyoming needs to passage through here. At Jacksonville, 2 P3 have been refueled and are given permission to take off.
Permission granted to taxi to the active runway and take off. Roger out.
Let's start the mission. The first P3 taxis to the runway. Acutely conscious of the refueling delay, the pilot is anxious to get airborne and support the submarines. The Orion follows the St. John River to the sea. North Beach to starboard. And the Atlantic dead ahead. The second Orion has also taken off shortly after the first. Next, Let's use the Air Corridor tool to mark the Wyoming's route. And narrow the corridor to 1 nautical mile. The Orions need to sweep either side of this route. And we'll conduct a box search using active sonobuoys.
Affirmative, out. Affirmative, out. Will do, out. Will do. Will do, roger, out.
The Wyoming is still surfaced. Her skipper is on the sail, enjoying his last breaths of fresh sea air for a while. Behind him, the stars and stripes flutter in the wind. While he maintains a gruff exterior in front of the enlisted seaman and junior officer on the sail with him, his heart nearly bursts with pride. His submarine on her maiden voyage. Little does he know of the mortal danger lurking ahead. Connecticut has already submerged. Her sonar compartment is keeping a close ear on the surrounding waters. Let's speed up time. The Orions move to their assigned patrol positions. Wyoming has submerged now. She is still in shallow waters and remains close to the surface. Her crew are busy doing a multitude of things. For the new sailors, this busyness will keep their minds on the job and away from thinking too much about the reality of their situation. The Orions commence their patrols. Let's speed up time. Wyoming is tracking well to the 300 fathom curve, and the water is already getting deeper.
Can do, roger, out. Roger, out.
The Orions adjust their patrol positions forward of Wyoming's path to cover the area around the 300 fathom curve. The seafloor under Wyoming is starting to fall away into deeper water. The Orion's efforts are rewarded as they locate a suspect hostile submarine. For some reason, the submarine is partially surfaced. It is still out of range of Wyoming, but in range of Connecticut.
Can do, out.
But a submarine engagement would reveal the location of Connecticut and put Wyoming at risk.
Will do, out.
The better option would be an airdropped torpedo. The northernmost Orion moves into a firing position.
Will do, out.
The hostile submarine is heading on a straight intercept towards Wyoming. The new rules of engagement are clear. All Russian vessels and aircraft operating in the vicinity of US vessels and aircraft will be regarded as hostile and may be fired on without warning. The Orion radios back to Naval Air Station Jacksonville for weapon release authority. The mood in the aircraft is tense. Everyone is thinking about the unprovoked attack on the USS Ronald Reagan carrier battle group in the Norwegian Sea. In this episode, USS Wyoming departed the submarine base at Kings Bay, Georgia, and is headed for deep water. She is guarded by the attack submarine USS Connecticut and two P-3 Orion maritime patrol aircraft. They have detected a Russian submarine lying in wait. In the next episode, USS Wyoming must reach the 300 fathom curve, 1800 feet, where she is able to run silent and deep and commence her ballistic missile deterrence patrol.
Will do, out.
But first, her escorts must deal with the Russian submarine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.